William Regal signs with AEW and makes his debut at Revolution. Plus, a top Impact star suffers an injury at Sacrifice, and we have a Steve Austin update for WrestleMania. It's all in the wrestling news right now. All right, peasants.
Timothy Small.
The famous catchphrase of William Regal. All right, peasant. William Regal is all elite. So this was quite a wonderful surprise that we saw at the conclusion of the John Moxley, Bryan Danielson match. And what a match it was.
Blood.
Everywhere.
Do you like blood?
Well, I don't have an opinion on it either way, but I saw a lot of it at Revolution.
Yeah, I would say it's quite crucial to life, but also to a fantastic professional wrestling pay-per-view of a certain feel.
Would you say that blood is quite literally liquid wrestling?
Yeah.
There you go.
Lovely.
What a joy. So post-match, they aren't done. Moxley and Bryan Danielson tearing strips off of each other like it's Big Market at 2 a.m. And here comes William Regal to a big old ovation.
Just down the ramp.
The side of the ramp here, just super cool, down the side of the ramp. And he is like an angry dad.
It was very much dinner lady energy.
It was.
It's a dinner lady who has seen two people in the corner having a scrap. He's walked over from the other side of the playground to split them up, but then he wants them to get together via a handshake. And it looks like he's going to be their manager going forward, and it's going to be absolutely fantastic.
What a wonderful idea that is.
Buddy.
So it was in the media scrum post-Revolution that Tony Kahn said that he was surprised that William Regal was let go, as we all were. He sees him being a very valuable person in AEW, contributing on TV and, of course, behind the scenes. That is quite the bullet in the chamber for AEW to have William Regal.
Yeah, you look at the past 10 years of professional wrestling on WWE side anyway. William Regal has scouted people. William Regal has trained people from the ground up at all levels. William Regal has had a hand in booking NXT when NXT wasn't what it is today. It was different. He's done everything over the past 10 years, and obviously the 20 years before that, he did everything else in professional wrestling.
Yeah, absolutely did. Great signing. Also, last night at Revolution, it was confirmed that Shane Strickland is all elite as well. This one we kind of saw coming for a while. I know, it's good, isn't it?
What a theme.
It's good, isn't it? They're good at the themes at the moment, Mikey Ruckus and co. But Shane Strickland coming out and officially signing his AEW contract on the night. Again, Tony Kahn in the media scrum afterwards saying that a few people already knew that Shane was coming in. He was at the concert they had the night before. So
Mr. Ruckus singing the songs.
Yeah.
All about the boom.
He's got a lovely voice, as Mickey Ruckus.
Why aye?
Oh, Mikey Ruckus.
Why aye? But a lot of people thought that Shane Strickland might have been a sort of surprise appearance somehow, getting worked into the ladder match. Where he goes from here, I've got no idea. He looks fantastic in his suit. We've seen him rock up in promotions like Defy and Progress since he got released scandalously by WWE. So, God, where you put that's fantasy book, Tom. Even if we're not allowed to, we're meant to just take what we're given and enjoy, aren't we?
We are indeed. The thing is, I think people do forget with Shane Strickland is that he's a bit of a hardcore wrestler as well. I think it's easy just to sort of lump him in and go, oh, he's a high flying guy. No, he's earned his licks in CZW and places like that. So I'd like to see that side of him come out more. That'd be great to see more of a hardcore Shane Strickland.
And with the suit, it's like a Hitman thing.
Oh.
Not like a low-key Hitman thing.
No.
Something completely different.
Very different low-key Hitman thing. But not even low-key. You know what we mean.
Yes.
Another bit from the media scrum. Lots of questions about Ring of Honor post-Revolution, obviously. Tony avoided quite a few of them, sort of said, look, we're still working on it. But one of the things that did come from it is that Tony Kahn, who doesn't have enough to do at the moment... has decided he's going to be the head booker for Ring of Honor as well. Wow.
Yep, we've got what he runs the Jacksonville Jaguars, he runs AEW, he's the chairman or whatever of Fulham Football Club in the London of the English Football League. He's all that sort of stuff, and now he's going to be booking Ring of Honor. And what that means for Ring of Honor, I've got no idea, because obviously last week we saw a lot of people saying that Ring of Honor is going to be this developmental territory for AEW. That would hint that maybe there's going to be something bigger than just being a developmental. Maybe it's going to be its own TV program somewhere.
It does feel like that's where it's it's going again. He couldn't give many big answers for it, but he did say, quote, there should be a Ring of Honor, and I've got the resources to present a better version than anybody else can. So, confidence, my name is Kahn.
I did see
confidence.
Another thing, he's got lots of confidence. I did see as well, he couldn't comment on streaming services for AEW, so I'd assume Ring of Honor maybe would be tied into somewhere like an HBO Max or something like that.
Because they've got Honor Club at the moment, so I wonder whether they'll change that. But again, like it's all up in the air. Loads of stuff went down at Revolution last night. You know what? You're going to hear all about it throughout the day. You can watch what happened with Jack. You can watch WTF moments with this illustrious fellow here.
That's me.
This certain pheasant here. He'll be along later on for that. And we'll do Cultaholic live at 1 p.m. GMT. Andrew and myself will grade everything in this very room.
On YouTube as well, on this channel.
YouTube.com/cultaholic/live, 1 p.m. Greenwich Mean Time. We'll talk all about Revolution there. Let's jump over to Impact Wrestling. And
sad news.
It is sad news. What's going on with Chelsea Green, Ross?
For the third time, she's buggered her wrist.
Basically,
yeah. We had obviously the NXT debut. She buggered her wrist. The SmackDown debut. She buggered her wrist, and now on this Impact thing, she's buggered the same wrist.
She's buggered the wrist. That is the medical term to bugger one's wrist. So she has decided. Impact Wrestling put out a statement with a photo of Chelsea Green with the cast on her arm, with a face that says, "Oh, for God's sake, not again."
Yeah,
my luck, eh? But she put out a statement saying that SH1T happens and that Impact has her back. Impact have said that instead of having surgery, she's going to go extensive physical therapy while she's casted.
You know what she needs? She needs to become the modern day Bob Orton. Cast on all the time, just as a precaution to make sure this wrist injury doesn't happen. It must be too much pets on Dude the Doodle and Walt. Just a weakness of the wrist after too many pets.
Too many pets. She's over petting. Tasha Steelz became the Impact Knockouts champion over the weekend as well, defeating Deonna Purrazzo. Makes us question what Deonna Purrazzo's next move is going to be, because she's the ROH Women's Champion, and whether she'll go and do that for a bit and leave Impact.
I've got no idea.
What's she doing?
I've got no idea. I don't know the lady, but she's very much been the figurehead of the Impact's knockout division for a little while now. So it is interesting to see somebody like Tasha Steelz, who's just been there and thereabouts for a while, but never been at the pinnacle of the division. So it's interesting to see what she's going to do. But a little interesting tidbit. Chris Bay on Straight to Hell last weekend said if he could have any wrestler in the world today join Bullet Club, he picked Tasha Steelz.
Wow.
It's the real deal, Tasha Steelz.
He took a bit of issue with a move that Seth Rollins does on the regular as well, doesn't he?
Yes, he did. Find out which one by watching that video.
It's on that now YouTube channel right now, this very one. Josh Alexander returned at Sacrifice as well. There was some question marks about his future because his contract expired. He was sort of locked in Canada as a result of that. Impact had got him a shiny new deal, and 10 minutes before the show ended, he turned up at the venue to keep it a surprise. And there's a great video online which shows Josh Alexander literally arriving at the building, going round the corner, going through the back doors and walking through the crowd. It looks really cool.
You gotta love the dedication at the bit, haven't you?
Yeah, and I love the fact that and he attacked Moose to end the show. So we're going to get that Josh Alexander Moose match, which is the story that Impact had built beautifully.
Yeah. And because he's been working in construction, 2x4 to the head for the win for Josh Alexander.
Yeah.
Gotta be done. Bring about all the gimmicks. Got Chelsea Green being Bob Orton, Josh Alexander being Hacksaw. Here we go.
All the best gimmicks. A Steve Austin return. Still looking likely for WrestleMania as well, which we'll get to in just a moment. Johnny Knoxville officially confirmed for WrestleMania this weekend, though.
Shocking scenes on SmackDown this week or on Friday night, because Ricochet has basically come from relative obscurity.
Number 2 babyface on SmackDown, mate.
Relative obscurity to win the Intercontinental Championship from Sami Zayn, thanks to an interference from one Johnny Knoxville, who just appeared on the ramp, went, woohoo, I'm Johnny. Sammy's on the ropes, Ricochet rolls him up. Well, just like the Rey Mysterio Hurricane Rana pin thingy combo.
Yeah, is that the Acid Rana, is
Whatever it's called. They all have
nice.
fancy names, don't they? But sort of shades of Rey Mysterio, picks up the 1-2. I'm thinking SummerSlam 2002, that's what I'm thinking of. Is it?
Yeah, when he angle.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, so it's like a Hurricane Rana into a
pin.
A
We
pinning
know
combo.
wrestling.
I like that. That's but we do that. People know what we mean.
And then
people know what we mean when we do that.
But Ricochet is your new Intercontinental Champion, and that has set up Tom a WrestleMania matchup between Sammy and John.
Yeah, I think this was on the cards for a little while. It was in the tea leaves for a while. I think Johnny Knoxville will surprise us.
As if we sat here going, well, it could be for the Intercontinental Championship.
We did.
At least it's getting TV time. That's the state. Hopefully now that Ricochet's won it, the IC title stays on TV and doesn't go away like it does when, I don't know, Shinsuke Nakamura wins it or something like that. Hopefully it stays on TV. Number 2, babyface.
It'll be fine. Steve Austin news to end on. So lots of sources and rumour and innuendo about Steve Austin competing at WrestleMania. Obviously, we hasten to add the WWE have not confirmed anything of that ilk, but there's been lots of discussion about it. Internal lists, rumour, innuendo, all that stuff. Where are we at with it at the moment, Ross?
I don't know if I'm ready for this. I've just been up all night with Andrew watching that AEW show. Now we have a direct quote from Dave Meltzer to read out where he says, Austin and Kevin Owens will have a confirmation, but it is not clear that if it will be a match or not anymore. It's essentially up to Austin at this point, which I think it always has been, hasn't it? Yeah. They want the match. They thought they had the match, and Steve... Dramatic pause. There's a reason he hasn't wrestled in 19 years. And just know that as of Friday, he had not agreed to the match, even though it was on the books. Now it's on the books as a confrontation.
Jazz club.
Something's there, but Dave doesn't know what.
Basically, and it's looking more and more likely that we will see Steve Austin at WrestleMania, but he's probably not coming out of retirement. Again, this WWE haven't suggested anything of that ilk at all.
No, not at all.
But just lots of people have heard from noteworthy sources that's a thing, but hey, it's one to keep an eye on. I think even if Austin's just rocking up at Mania, it'd be nice to see.
We were there me and Jack were there at WrestleMania 32, and just the fact he came out and just stunned the New Day back then, it was just a fantastic moment. It's one for the crowd, isn't it? I mean, I'm firmly in the camp of like Austin's career, the trajectory of the entire thing was just about perfect. He had the perfect send-off. He's that one that hasn't come back. Shawn Michaels broke that. So if he doesn't come back, I'm fine with that, because it can only go down, can't it? Oh. It can stay there, but it can't go down. Can it go up? I don't know.
Your return may go up as well as down. Ross will be back later on, and it will go up. WTF moments, and coming up later this week, your reactions with Andrew. You and Andrew had a lovely late night together, didn't you?
Yes, we do. Every time there's a pay-per-view, we're up together all night long.
That'll be on the channel later on. What happened at Cultaholic Live 1 p.m. GMT? Join us for that. I dare you, peasant. Speak to you later. More news at cultaholic.com. Stay safe.
Auf Wiedersehen, Pet.